Well, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted after watching that. I feel like I've just played that instrument myself. It was amazing. So without further ado, let's introduce Jae Chung. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, who played so wonderfully. And this is Jim Wong, who, now tell me your title.
Oh, we're part of a musical group that will be performing that day. We're called the River City Ensemble, and Jay is one of our instrumentalists.
Oh, okay, great. Now, Jay, that looks very complicated and very difficult. When did you start playing?
Oh, I started when I was a kid in the elementary school, maybe around 8 years old.
8 years old? Wow, by today's standards, that's getting on up there. The children start maybe at 3 nowadays. So you started about 8. Did you start on, say the name of the instrument first.
Pipa.
Pipa.
Yeah, P-I-P-A.
Okay, pipa. And is that the first instrument you played?
Yes.
You didn't play the piano or the violin? Or?
No, because my mother is a musician, so yeah. So all of my 8 brothers will play the instrument.
And you learned in China, or did you learn here?
Yeah, in
China. Okay, so how long did it take you to learn to play that?
Oh, that's a long way. Yeah.
Does it take years before you can even not hurt people's eardrums? That's how the violin is. When my son started playing it, it took a few years before I took the cotton wool out of my ears. So it takes a long time to play that?
Yeah, it's difficult to play that. If you like, so that's you can learn fast.
Do you learn with scales? Do you play with scales? You know, for practice?
Yes, we have the.
Do, re, mi, fa.
Yeah, it's because this has a scale there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a different. They stick.
The frets?
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you sing too?
No.
No, you don't have time to sing. That's enough, right? You're exhausted after playing.
I'm better in voice.
Now, are there going to be some singers at the festival?
There will be one singer. She'll be singing traditional Chinese folk songs also.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah. And one of our members also, he will be accompanying her on a Chinese violin called the erhu.
Oh, now how's that different from the Western violin?
The Western violin is played here under the chin,
right.
But the erhu is played on your lap. It's vertical.
Oh.
And it only has 2 strings.
That's
strings?
That's
why erhu, means 2 in Chinese.
Wow. 2
strings, and there's no fingerboard either. So the fingers are floating on the strings itself.
Wow, another complicated instrument.
Well, did you notice I call him his French nails when he plays these? He needs these.
The manicure.
He uses all his fingers to play this instrument here.
If you did not have that, would that cut your fingers, these strings?
Oh, yeah, it's hard to make this sound.
Yeah, it wouldn't sound the same.
Yeah.
Okay, and I noticed at the end you didn't throw your instrument and break it like the rock stars. So these must be very valuable instruments. Was this handmade? It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they don't make it in different sizes. That's why he had to wait till he was 8 years old to be able to play this.
Oh,
because he told me the stories about how when he was little, was way too big for him. Especially if you have to go from one note to the other note, then he had to go really high up.
Yeah, so they don't make children's versions.
No, it doesn't sound the same. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. So okay, so we've got Jay's going to be playing. You've got the folk singer.
And we have our musical group has about 6 musicians. They're all Chinese acoustic instruments. And I'm the only one playing a Western instrument.
Oh, what are you playing?
Which is the double bass.
The double bass.
Because Chinese instruments don't have that low bass tone. They do have those instruments, but they go out of tune very quickly in our climate here. And they're very expensive. Now,
this is the big tall?
The tall one where, you know, how jazz players play?
Yeah, exactly.
The double bass.
So that's kind of complicated to carry around, isn't it?
Right, it is very.
I bet your mother wished you had a piccolo instead.
she wished I took up the flute or something.
That's what my oldest son plays the cello, and my younger one the violin. And when we hauled them anywhere, it was like, oh, I wish they played the piccolo and the flute. It would be so much easier.
So we're happy to be performing that day because for me it has a personal meaning too, because our founding father, Dr. Sun Yat-sen, we graduated from the same high school, so
really?
we're alumni from
a few years apart, though, I suspect.
A few years apart. High school in Hong Kong.
Wow.
And that's where I learned my Chinese also.
Okay,
Right,
okay.
and English.
And then how long have you been in the United States?
I've been here about 20 years now.
Wow.
I
Did
came
you-
for college and so on.
Okay, so you went to college here.
Right.
Did you know English when you came here, or did you have to learn?
Well, in Hong Kong, it's
Oh, Hong Kong,
British,
of
so we
course.
spoke English there.
Yes, that's
And-
true.
So we have, besides his instrument, we also have then the other instruments, which we welcome people to come and check them out. They're real fun. We won't have any drums, and I may not bring the double bass, but I'll bring my electric bass instead.
Oh, the electric. Well, are you going to
Because
hit
it's
that?
outdoors, and because of the sun, it goes out of tune.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact it's.
It's very hard to transport.
It is. I know you can't have any of those little mini cars that
Right.
you'd have to strap it to the hood.
One thing I forgot to tell you, that piece he just played,
Yes.
is a very traditional classical Chinese pipa solo. It's called Ambush from 10 Sides. And
Ambush from
you
10
probably heard it because they used it in one of the Hollywood movies, House of Flying Daggers. It was one of where the scene where the blind lady, she hits the drums with peas or beans.
Okay.
And that's the song they played.
Wow. Were you doing any improvisation in there too, or was this all structured?
加了一点, huh? That was the full version.
That was the full version.
Yeah, that was the
Oh.
full version.
Well, it was
Yes.
incredible. It was so amazing to watch and to listen to you. Well, we're out of time, so I need to say goodbye to you, but I wish you luck on the Spring Festival, May 14th from, I've forgotten the time
12
now.
to 3.
12 to 3. Great. Well, everybody, what camera are we on? Here we are. You must go and see these people. The music is amazing in person. So I want to thank everybody. Thank Ray. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Livewire.